Tonight in the shadow of the Wisconsin state capitol, two teams trying to find their identities. Forward Madison, after a close call, nearly 3 points at Fuego, back home, trying to take advantage of the friendly confines of Breese-Stevens Field. Meanwhile, FC Tucson, after an inspiring victory at Tormenta, heads into town. It is Forward Madison and FC Tucson on this Saturday night, presented by Dairyland. I'm Kent Levicka with you in Madison, Wisconsin, and let's grab a look at our standings in USL League One. Here's the table. Charlotte Independence at the top, 1 point better than North Carolina FC heading into this evening. Then you look at FC Tucson, only 7 points on the table. Forward Madison, same story, 3 points. Extremely valuable tonight to the side that can grab them if the situation presents itself. Jeremiah String for Forward Madison. He'll be a substitute tonight. Look at this 82nd minute masterpiece that nearly had Forward Madison leaving Fresno with a victory last Saturday. That was goal number 2 on the year. Here was the first one in the home opener for Forward Madison in 2022. Able to blast it low, left side of the goal. String again available as a substitute for Matt Glazer. Now, here is the goal of the week. Last week in USL League One. From distance, the blast off the right foot of Tyler Allen. He's our Canopy Wealth Management player to watch. Tyler Allen for FC Tucson, a former Forward Madison man, and there you get a look at him with that dangerous-looking cross. Tyler Allen, 25 appearances last season for Forward Madison, now a major part of the front line for FC Tucson. Hey, it's a cow! It's Forward Madison, it's FC Tucson, and we'll have a cow tonight in USL League One on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Forward Madison and FC Tucson presented by Trek. As you see our referees and both teams starting to parade onto the pitch here at Breese-Stevens Field. And let's go back to April 16th. These two sides met in the desert. And getting the scoring started was Christian Enriquez. Ambitious and productive. A half an hour. That's how long Forward Madison held the lead until Jacob Kroll, 81st minute, able to grab a draw and a single point for both teams in the table. And if this one tonight is as entertaining as what we saw on April 16th, well, we're going to be in good shape. Forward Madison starting 11, presented by the Madison Concourse Hotel. Same 11 that took to the field at the onset in the 1-1 draw at Fuego. Nazim Bartman, 2 goals on the year. That is tied for the team lead with Jeremiah String, who is available as a substitute. Enriquez off the bench as well. He had that goal against FC Tucson April 16. FC Tucson head man John Perlman. There are some changes to the 11 that earned the victory at Tormenta because of a red card that was shown to Shaw. Burke Falling falls back into the midfield. Franco Perez will take over at the top of the formation. Gio Calixtro as well at forward, and Carlos Marancio. He had his first clean sheet of the season in the 1-0 victory over Tormenta. 4 clean sheets for his career. Marancio, the former Hartford Athletic man. Cyrus Rad, you get a look at him. He figured into the decision on April 16th. He was shown red in that match. Mele Temgia out tonight for forward Madison. Our UW Health Sports Medicine injury report. Joao Delgado and Janus are both out for FC Tucson. So it's Janus, Delgado out with injury, Shaw suspended due to red card. And FC Tucson comes in feeling much better about itself after that win in South Georgia. Need to carry the momentum, according to head coach John Perlman. As for forward Madison, enough with the close calls. Pick up the 3. Matt Glazer talking about it this week, felt that they should have had the victory at Fresno, but late mistakes cost them. It was the same story at FC Tucson April 16th. And forward Madison looking for a home victory tonight in front of the fans in Madison. We're waiting play to get underway as everybody mills around. This is an important one for both sides, as they sit near the bottom of the USL League One table. In fact, forward Madison does indeed sit in the basement of the league. The whistle blows. Forward Madison, FC Tucson for the second time in 2022. They tangle, and it happens tonight in Madtown. Glad you're with us on this Saturday evening as we dig in to one that has some implications in the short term, especially. Can one of these sides get a confidence-boosting 3 points, get a victory? Wes Cowett is your referee tonight. Ken Levicka with you from Breeze Stevens Field. This legendary facility, nearly 100 years old, just 8 blocks from the awe-inspiring Wisconsin State Capitol. Forward Madison on the ball early, and there's our first foul as Wes Cowett gets busy in the opening minute. Both sides have scored 7 goals this season. The opportunities have been there. Forward Madison is the team that leads all of USL League One in passing and passing completion percentage, but it hasn't led to as many tallies as first-year head man Matt Glazer will have liked. Still plenty of time to change that, however. And an early free kick into the area. And that is punted away by Kalen Fox, part of that stout back line for FC Tucson. Kroll, Fox, Mastrantonio, and Moss. Forward Madison going back to September 11th of a season ago. Only 3 wins, and only one of those came here at Breeze Stevens Field. This is a side that continually has one of the best home field advantages in all of USL League One, and they would love to start rewarding their passionate fan base with some victories. And a whistle and a foul, some pulling and grabbing in the area. And Marancio will walk it and put a right foot into it. Richmond and Tormenta have played a wild one to this point. 72nd minute, you just saw it in the upper right portion of your screen. Tormenta can't score at home. Tormenta, they score a bunch of goals at home. And they are threatening, or on the road I should say, and they are threatening once again away from South Georgia, this time doing it at high-flying Richmond. FC Tucson, first time we've seen them on the attack tonight. Semi-finalists a year ago in USL League One, bowed out in the semis to the eventual champion, Union Omaha. The men from the desert making the lengthy trip here to Madison, Wisconsin, and offside. Forward Madison, 1 victory, 3 defeats, 4 draws this season, 7 points on the table. They are 11th in USL League One. And there is forward Madison and their new goalkeeper, Taylor Bailey, debuting tonight in pink for the home side. Phil Barino has a family matter, according to a team spokesman, is not available tonight for selection. And so Taylor Bailey, who is on loan, a season-long loan from Oakland Roots to the USL Championship, he's in goal tonight for the first time for forward Madison. FC Tucson 2-4-1. They also 7 points, but sit 9th in the table via goal differential. Last year, as we mentioned, semi-finalists beat Richmond Kickers in the quarterfinals. Had a late push. Started right around late July when John Perlman took over as the interim head man. And FC Tucson started to find an identity, scored a lot of goals, got major contributions from their bench as well. We're a very well-rounded team heading into the postseason. Still having trouble finding themselves here in 2022, but that win, a gritty win at Tormenta, as it typically has to be for the 2022 version of Tormenta if you're going to go against them. That was a confidence boost. John Perlman this week very happy with how his team saw it through. Neither side particularly interested in holding possession for extended periods of time here in the opening 6 minutes. A bit hazy here in Madison. There has been rain today. There is rain in the forecast as well. It is humid, but also cool, 57 degrees at kickoff. So expect some showers here throughout the course of the evening. This is delivered to the back post, kept in play, but cleared away, and no trouble once again. Burke falling, starting in the midfield tonight for John Perlman. Falling now along the end line, keeps possession, taken down to the turf, and they call a foul on Falling. Nice battle back there. And that was won by Drew Connor. Connor went to school literally steps away at the University of Wisconsin. Former Badger. Was a second team all Big Ten contributor for Wisco. He is making his 6th start, 7 appearances in 2022 for forward Madison. Select is celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL League One. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. This is rolled to the top of the area. Connor. Now it's turned onto the right foot of Gebhardt. He's dispossessed though. Strong contribution in the back from Luca Mastrantonio. Forward Madison, the heartbreak of a week ago. That sensational goal from Jeremiah String, who is available tonight as a substitute. He came on off the bench in Fresno last week. He had that spectacular goal in the 82nd minute, but in the 92nd minute, Fuego found the equalizer on what Matt Glazer called a defensive mistake. Had to settle for the draw. Fuego, that's all they've done this season is score in stoppage time late for drama. Forward Madison looking for some drama here. On the left foot, that shot is deflected. This should go for a Forward Madison corner, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Abdou Mbake-Tiem able to earn our first corner of the evening. Patient, took his time. That allowed the defense to come up and challenge him, but it'll be the second set piece opportunity for Forward Madison in the attacking third tonight. A UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick. And Mikey Maldonado is over to deliver. Westcoet's going to have to come over and sort out some of the traffic in front of Carlos Marancio's goal. Maldonado patiently waiting, delivers. It's headed out of the box. The chase is on. And the throw in to Forward Madison. Connor pushes it along the touchline. That's where he picks out Nazim Bartman. That delivery is blocked back at Bartman and into the signage on the near side, and Forward Madison will bring in Gebhardt to throw it in as the fans continue to file in here at Bree Stevens Field. Nice turn, dangerous ball. And that is launched behind the goal as Bartman came in, got a foot on it, and it's blasted into the netting behind Marancio. Mbake-Tiem is able to get the step on crawl. Was trying to pick out Bartman, and it was off the mark. Meanwhile, Taylor Bailey will take that on a hop. Forward Madison looking a bit dangerous here early. And it'll be a throw-in for the visitors. Luca Mastrantonio for FC Tucson on the USL League One Team of the Week. The last 4 meetings between Forward Madison and FC Tucson have all been draws. Ooh, and we have what appears to be an injury. Matias Cassini suddenly felt discomfort. Don't believe there was any contact that led to that. And you see him trying to put some weight on his right ankle, it appears, but he went down and the referee immediately called a stoppage in play. See what happened to Cassini here. Did he get his... Ooh. It looks like he might have gotten a cleat stuck in this turf. He's moving awkwardly and he's trying to tell Matt Glazer, hey, I don't know what happened, but I also think that I'm good to go. You can see the bits of rubber on Cassini's left arm. This artificial surface here at Bree Stevens Field. Similar artificial surface that what's used at Camp Randall Stadium, which is just a couple of minutes away. That is the football home of the University of Wisconsin. Mbake-Tiem up the left side. Feeds the touchline. It's Push back towards the middle for Cassini, who looks fine on that ankle. Picks out Gebhardt. Now back on to Cassini. Good organization here from forward Madison. Mitch Osmond wearing the captain's armband tonight. Now Bartman. Wanted Gebhardt picked off, and FC Tucson trying to get out on the counter. Franco Perez holds up play. Bit of a dangerous ball there in the middle. And we're going to have our first card, and frustration for Burke Fowling, who reacts. It was not a good ball. It was behind Fowling as he tried to recover. He made contact. Fowling with a finger point and a message sent to our referee. Andrew Wheeler Omiunu went flying. So our opening Dairyland yellow card of the match shown to Burke Fowling. FC Tucson has been shown 3 red cards this season. That's the most in USL League One. They led USL League One in red cards a year ago as well. Had 8 of them. Not trending in the right direction, nearly halfway there, and we just entered June. Madison trying to pick through this FC Tucson defense. Wall of white in front of them. Played through, but unable to play it back into the middle was Gebhardt. Couldn't turn his body and hook his right leg around. And Marancio will take his time and launch this away. That 1-0 win at Tormenta for FC Tucson. You don't want to call it an anomaly because it was very, very well earned. It was a mature effort from FC Tucson, a very professional effort, but they were outshot 21-4 in that match. 69-31 was the possession advantage for Tormenta. 13 corners for Tormenta, only 2 for FC Tucson. But it was the brilliant Tyler Allen rocket that gave the men from the desert the win. Not a good touch there from Kroll, who's upset with himself. Won a championship last year at Union Omaha. Both teams 7 points in the table. Forward Madison right now, the unfortunate distinction of being at the bottom of the USL League One standings. We're at Breeze Stevens Field. (1926) is when this facility opened and was used for the first time. As we pass the quarter-hour mark, Ken Levica with you on ESPN Plus. Glad to have you along. Forward Madison, it's not desperation yet, but certainly could use a pickup with a win. Only have 1 so far this season in 8 tries. It's the 4th season of Forward Madison football. Made the playoffs in their opening year. Have not seen the postseason since. Here's a giveaway. Cassini on the move, plays it through. Mbake Tiam! And Marancio equal to the task. He cut off the angle. Forward Madison maintains possession. Gebhardt lays it off for Cassini. Cassini flat-footed. Oh, the nutmeg, and then contact in the area, and they say Cassini committed a foul. Wes Coet, an unpopular decision in front of these Madison fans. Cassini, palms to the sky, can't believe it. This ball was played through perfectly. Gebhardt on to Cassini. We'll see what happened here. They were going to, the official said that Cassini hooked the arm of Jacob Kroll. Boy, if anything, that was about a 50-50 arm hook ratio there. But the referee, because both players hit the ground the way they did, had to call something. Certainly didn't feel like Cassini had earned a foul in the area. It was called for the foul, a bit harsh perhaps, but there should not have been any appeal for a penalty. And now we have our second yellow of the match, and this time forward Madison the recipient. It's Mitch Osmond, the captain, who sees the book of West Coet.
The yellow card has been issued to number 4, Mitch Osmond.
Matt Glazer stalking the touchline, not happy. And we appreciate all the USL League One coaches. They are all fantastic, fantastic people, great professionals, but none of them approach Matt Glazer's head of hair. And there you see what led to the yellow being shown to Mitch Osmond. Long ball forward. Bit of a prayer there for FC Tucson, played down by Gephardt, but he gives it away. Right onto the feet of Franco Perez. Part of the front three tonight. Miscommunication there, though, for FC Tucson. And now the race is on. Mikey Maldonado trying to sprint up the left side. Strong tackle there from Tyler Moss that he delivered after making the good tackle.
The yellow card has been issued to number 22 of FC Tucson.
And West Coet
20th minute.
says we're not going to have any of that. So Tyler Moss shown the book. We'll see Moss made the tackle, came off the signage, and that's the yellow right there. Wasn't his intent, I don't think, to blast it back to midfield. And now that you look at it again, that might have been a little harsh. I don't think Moss was trying to send a message or show anybody up, which to me is the only reason that a card would be shown in that spot. The cards are flying early. Gephardt touches it on to Nazim Bartman. Bartman, 2 goals on the season. Pulls it off to Drew Connor. That cross blocked down. And a deep corner throw in. Really good turnout tonight despite some of the rain in the area here in Madison. And if you're just joining us, temperatures in the upper 50s. It'll be nice on the lungs. The rain, we'll see if it wreaks havoc with the playing surface. Again, an artificial surface here at Bree Stevens. FC Tucson working hard to win that back, but an attempt to play through up the right side. Cyrus Rad there to break things up. Now he leads the charge. Mbake Tiem. Now Mikey Maldonado up top. Cassini, he has his pocket picked by Franco Perez. Now we're starting to go end line to end line. It is active, both sides on the attack. Gio Calixtro waiting for support, falling, sprays it to the right. Dangerous looking ball. It was headed outside the area and then sent skyward and out of play. Did it take a deflection? It appears it did. It'll be a corner for FC Tucson. Burke falling. Whips in this corner, far post. That's lobbed away. And now forward Madison wants to get on and run a bit. Cassini. Nice move to the inside. Cassini has some real estate to work with. But the ball was pulled. And the men in blue retreat. We were discussing the 3 victories for forward Madison since September 11th of 2021. That's 14 matches in that span and only 3 wins to show for it. Only one of those coming here at Breese Stevens. Victories, though, came against playoff sides. Richmond, Greenville, good teams, but haven't been able to string anything together. That's part of the reason that Matt Glazer was brought on. Took over early December as the head coach. So forward Madison doesn't have a record that is going to make them feel real good right now. 1-3-4, 1 victory, 3 defeats, 4 draws. But every match, for the exception of the 2-0 loss against Greenville, has either been a draw or a loss by a single goal. The victory was by a single goal for forward Madison. So every match has been close. Every match has been within a kick, one way or the other. Generally going against forward Madison, unfortunately for them. But it was the worst performance of the season, according to Matt Glazer, but still, that was within striking distance. Falling inside the area, now retreats. Nicely played through, but a heavy touch. And no harm done. It was a nice run from Tyler Allen, but he was a bit between steps, and he toes it out of play. Allen, back where he used to play his home football, right here at Breese Stevens Field. Played 25 matches for forward Madison last year. Did have a goal. John Perlman this week, FC Tucson head man, saying, yeah, he'll be motivated. Allen's been in good form. He has been a nice addition to FC Tucson, and if they're going to get things together, he's going to be a big reason for it. And that goal that he was able to rocket into the upper left corner of the net last week in the 1-0 win at Tormenta, that was absolute gold. Platinum, in fact. Mbake TM slips, able to maintain his footing momentarily, and FC Tucson has to clear it away and launch it out of play. Abdou Mbake TM has shown some signs tonight here for forward Madison. Madison has had some ideas on the attack. Only 1 first-half goal for forward Madison here in 2022. Looked like they may have one in them here tonight, at least. Gephardt turns, able to keep his balance. Now Cassini rolls it up top. Bartman has Cassini on his right. Bartman instead tried to deliver it to the far post. Mbake team was in the vicinity, but never really had a chance to pick him out. But the job not done yet for FC Tucson. Forward Madison continues to push. Gephardt to Cassini. Cassini, dangerous floating ball. Contact in the area, headed up into the air by Moss and retrieved by his keeper, Morancio. Moss playing physical. See Cassini's delivery. Mbake team was there. Moss came over, able to clear him out with the left hand, and Morancio snags it out of midair. For Morancio, How big was it for him to finally come up with that first clean sheet in an FC Tucson shirt? Just to be able to go through the 90 minutes. I mean, yes, Tormenta, for them it's impossible to score at home this season. To get that clean sheet, what a confidence lift from Mauricio. That's nifty, that's gonna be a card. No doubt about that. Tyler Allen, they're just talking about him. He grabbed an arm with forward Madison looking to get out on the run. And that'll get called every time. That is the fourth yellow of the half, the third to FC Tucson. Mauricio in goal for FC Tucson. He takes over for Wallace Lapsley, who is a fan favorite in the desert. Lapsley on to MLS next. Tacoma Defiance. Forward Madison continuing to push the boundaries of the attacking third. Step over. Oh, that was nifty. Bartman! A blast! Nazim Bartman, 3 goals on the season, and none with more power than that one. An emphatic 1-0 advantage for forward Madison.
In the 30th minute.
The second first half tally of the year for forward Madison. Nazim Bartman wound it up and catapulted it by Mauricio. Let's take a look at this missile again. One touch and Bartman, there's nothing Mauricio's going to do about it. Right at the edge of the area. It was by Mauricio before he even reacted, and even if he was able to use superhuman powers and saw it off the foot of Bartman, that location was perfection. What do you do about that? 30th minute goal presented by Dairyland, Nazim Bartman. So at the half-hour mark, the hosts grab the lead. And they do it off of a right-footed missile. This will be played back on to Bailey off the free kick. The USL is on ESPN. USL Championship newcomers Monterey Bay FC welcome Western Conference contender San Antonio FC to California. Don't miss a minute as the USL on ESPN continues Saturday, June 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. It's the USL on ESPN. Monterey Bay FC and San Antonio FC, June 11th. Cassini for forward Madison. The men in blue looking for more. Bartman. Nice look to Cassini. It was red and cleared away. This is played on to Bartman. And again, swiped out of play. Tyler Moss able to do the duties there. FC Tucson's trying to hang on. Gephardt gets pushed in the back. That was a bit dangerous, a bit reckless there from Franco Perez, and perhaps some frustration. See the elbow right in the back of Gephardt. No card shown. So the free kick will come. Basically a shorter corner. And Maldonado stands over it. Maldonado with his team up 1-0. Puts his hand in the air and delivers. Good pace, dangerous pace. Headed out of trouble. Forward Madison able to maintain possession. Connor, now Bartman the step over. Bartman floats into the far post. The race is on, and it slides out of play. Eric Leonard played every match in the first 2 seasons of Forward Madison's existence. And he has played every match and started every match this season for Forward Madison. Leonard, one of the originals, and now he's on the ball. Forward Madison still trying to find its footing under first-year head man Matt Glazer. Was an assistant and the director of goalkeeping for Sacramento Republic FC in the USL Championship. Before that, Glazer part of the Real Monarch staff 2019 USL Championship trophy holders. FC Tucson going to have to work against from 2022 trends. They are 1-3-1 when conceding first in this campaign. Playing from behind. This is blasted forward. Headed down and chased by Moss of FC Tucson. Able to beat Bartman. But it's Mbaki Team who gets onto that ball, and then that's delivered to nobody in particular except some of the fans in the concession area behind the goal, and there you get a look at him. It's jacket weather. Plenty of beer, as you'd imagine, cheese curds. Always a debate in these parts about whether the cheese curds are better warm and fried or cold and just cheesy lumps. Buy them in packaging. Trust me when I tell you, it is a debate in these parts. I didn't just make that up. Depending on where you're at in your life, prospect of warm fried cheese curds probably appeals to you more. A more refined palate will go to the store and buy something in a plastic bag that's simply cheese. Into the final 10 minutes of half number 1. 1-0 to the home side. Forward Madison on the spectacular Nazim Bartman goal that is already a front runner for USL League One goal of the week. Forward Madison so far, at least the last couple of weeks, all they know are bangers into the back of the net. Strang had one of his own in the 1-1 draw at Fuego last weekend. Bartman this time around. FC Tucson looking for an equalizer. Low delivery, misplayed. Chested down, but carried too quickly away from Kroll. Unable to control it, but right back on it is FC Tucson. Finally starting to tilt the field a bit in their direction until they give it away there. Mbake Team. Nicely done to Cassini. Cassini surveys his options, and instead toe pokes it back to Maldonado. Look at all the room for Bartman. To the left side, charging into the area. Left-footed cross, Mauricio, nicely done from his knees. And is able to control it in the gloves. Eric Gephardt, former Charlotte Independence man. That's when Charlotte Independence was in the USL Championship 2020. Holds the distinction of being the first player to score a goal in El Paso Locomotive history 2018. Now making his 7th start here in 2022 for forward Madison. For Madison, pesky defensively. Not all-out pressing, but putting pressure on the ball fairly consistently. Very in control. And there you get a look playing out of the back and doing so fairly flawlessly. Why forward Madison by a long, wide margin leads USL League One in passes completed and pass completion percentage. It's by design. The buildup has been there for forward Madison as the referee comes over and says, hey, Franco Perez, cool it. So he got tied up with Mikey Maldonado. But the build-up's been there for forward Madison. The goal scoring, not quite. Bartman's goal in the 30th minute at the half-hour mark is the 8th of the year for forward Madison, pushing them one above FC Tucson. And from July on last year, scoring for FC Tucson was not an issue. A lot of new characters for FC Tucson here in 2022. Still trying to find all the connections across the board. Speaking of connections, that was not one of them. There's Morencio. Again, as we said, replacing Wallace Lapsley. Only 6 returning starters on this club from a year ago. Korf, Calixtro, Delgado, Kalen Fox, Mastrantonio, and Bedoya. Delgado, one of those returning starters, is out tonight with injury. Charlie Dennis, who was so key for FC Tucson, was an ace when it came to delivering the ball on target. He is off to the USL Championship now with Oakland Roots. Oakland Roots is where Taylor Bailey has come to Madison from on a season-long loan, and he is in goal, making his debut tonight. And you see him, one of the rare times that there's been a long spell of camera shot on him, because this match has largely been played in the forward Madison attacking third. But here's a corner for the visitors. A rare set-piece opportunity in the opening half. Luis Perez, former Pittsburgh Riverhound, the left-footed in-slinger. It's low, it's dangerous, and it is equalized! It linked through traffic, and it's poked home. Charlie Matchell, look what I found. 1-1. Safe to say that came out of nowhere. Some indecision on Bailey's part. A lack of execution on the defensive end. Look at it, scored through all that traffic. How? And Matchell sticks out his left foot, and Mbake Tiem can't get a touch on it, can't box out Matchell. Charlie Matchell, signed just a couple of weeks ago, has the goal. 1-1, and forward Madison is gonna have to see through the rest of this half. A stunning goal that developed out of nothing. Matchell, the native of Newcastle, England. That's his first goal of the season. He has been a world traveler for FC Tucson. He has his first talent in FC Tucson shirt. 8 different goal scorers this year for FC Tucson. There's not a single multi-goal scorer on this roster. Now you can add Matchell to the list. And if you're Matt Glazer and you have spoken at length about some of the defensive mistakes this year that have wiped out some positives, including last week at Fuego, including the first match against FC Tucson, there's no other way to describe that FC Tucson equalizer than forward Madison defensive mistake, or a collection of them, a confluence of them leading to the Matchell goal. Louis Perez, who entered the evening third in USL League One in assists, has his 3rd assist of the year. Believe it or not, off that corner, that ball never touched any other body. Got all the way to Matchell, and it will be an assist for Louis Perez. The most wayward assist that he'll ever have. Maldonado, with rain starting to make an appearance again. Bartman. Madison on the push. Get an indication of added time in just a moment. Bartman, can he do it again? No, this one is headed out of Bree Stevens Field. Want to know what is going to have Matt Glazer pulling some of that well-coiffed hair out of his head? That goal for Matchell to make it 1-1, FC Tucson drawing things level, is the 4th goal in the final 15 minutes of a first half conceded by forward Madison this season. It is hard to win when you can't close out a half. Forget closing out a full match, which we've been discussing at length. Even a half. That is a really, really tough taste in your mouth heading into a dressing room. Into our Just Coffee Cooperative stoppage time. 2 minutes, 2 additional minutes. First half that has certainly had its entertaining moments. It's had its physical moments, its perplexing moments, and its unexpected moments, including moments of brilliance as well. FC Tucson accustomed to playing from behind. 5 game-tying goals so far in 2022. This is only match number 8. That ties him for the league lead in that category. Game-tying goals. No whistle, and now the referee comes over. That was a late reaction. And Franco Perez laughing, though I doubt he thinks that any of that was all that funny. Restart to Cassini. Cassini floats it with his left foot. That'll be redirected to Morancio. We are headed for a final whistle in the opening 45 and change. Morancio sends this away into the raindrops. Bartman, the forward Madison goal scorer this evening. Mbake Tiem. And a corner, so we're not done yet. Omayunu turns his side the set piece. UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick. And forward Madison grabbed the lead back. And then sprint right to the dressing room. We'll find out. Maldonado. Receives the whistle and the go-ahead. Maldonado has that headed away. Whistle blows, and that's it for the opening half. Nazim Bartman for forward Madison got the scoring started from the edge of the area with an absolute laser beam goal. No chance for Carlos Marancio, and a half an hour in, it was 1-0 forward Madison, but FC Tucson able to equalize late in the opening half, thanks to a corner that somehow picked its way through 4 to 5 different bodies. And it was poked home by Charlie Matchell, his first. And it's 1-1 as we move to halftime. Forward Madison 1, FC Tucson 1. Halftime on the way. USL League 1 on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
We're back in Wisconsin's capital city. Forward Madison, FC Tucson at the break. Just Coffee Cooperative halftime, USL League 1. Let's take a glance at what's happened in the league the last 2 match days.
Our last May match day starts in North Carolina. 3rd straight home match for NCFC, but 12th minute, Richmond gets on the board first. Stephen Payne the cross to Emiliano Terzaghi. He knows what to do with that. His 4th of the season. Richmond up 1-0. And those fans drove the 2.5-hour trek down from Richmond, and they know that Richmond 2-0 when they scored first this season. But look at this header. The cross comes in from Luis Arriaga. Slow it down for you. The back of the head of Garrett McLaughlin. He was facing away from the goal and gets the leveler. 1-1. Later in the first half, Jaden Cervenia is pulled down in the box. That's called a penalty. Give it back to McLaughlin at the spot. And he puts it home for the 2-1 lead. That would stand through the second half. North Carolina now a league best 7 points from losing positions, and the only League One team with a goal in every match. We go to Chattanooga. Speaking of PKs, Rafa Minsigli takes it from the right side, gets bumped by Aaron Walker in the box. That's called a penalty. 2nd penalty of the night in League One. And last week it was Galindrez getting the goal off the PK spot. This time Walepi saved by Paul Christensen. That's the first PK save in League One this season. That keeps it level. 4 minutes later, look at this pass from Don Smart. He leads Jacob Lavovitz across He finds the back of the net, his first career goal, a 1-0 win. Greenville is unbeaten in its last 9 meetings with the Red Wolves. We go down to Georgia. Tormenta hosts Tucson. 36-minute. Tucson with a chance. It gets cleared out, but all the way to the feet of Tyler Allen. Look at this. This is your goal of the week. Tyler Allen punches it home past Pablo Jara, and just 2 minutes later, that's a 1-0 lead for Tucson. Just 2 minutes later, 38th minute now. Midfielder Tevin Shaw collects a yellow, but he had a yellow from the 4th minute. That means a red card. Unfortunately for Tucson, they lead the league with 3 red cards, so they'll have to play a man down for more than 50 minutes. Late in the match, Tucson loses it. Pressure from Tormenta. Alex Morel, how does Carlos Marancio get a fingertip on this? Keeps the shutout alive. Kingsford Agi also with a nice shot in close, parried away. That will be a 1-0 win for 10-man Tucson. Tormenta has no home goals in 5 home matches. We finished off week 9 out west. Fuego hosting Madison. 57th minute, Villan Bijev. No, says Brino. Follow-up, no again. Sergio Chavez on the 2nd attempt. Phil Brino, the keeper, with 6 saves on the night. Still no score. We go to the 82nd minute. Jeremiah String on a string. 1-0 Madison. 82nd minute. So they're going to come out with 3 points on the road with the lead only lasted 10 minutes. Michael Hornsby to Bijev, near post header. How do they do it? 4th stoppage time goal this season for Fuego. And Fuego now their 3rd draw when conceding first. 2 home matches, 2 draws for Fuego. Bijev, 3 goals and an assist in the last 3 matches. We started week 10 Wednesday night in Richmond. This is not a recording. Richmond hosting Chattanooga. Set piece showcase. That one from Ethan Bryant to Nathan Nani. He heads to the red smoke. This is not a replay. This is a different play. 3 minutes later, Bryant finds Jalen Chrysler. The 6'4" Jalen Chrysler. Look at the hang time. That's 2-0. Then we get into first half stoppage. Bryant also impacting play. He doesn't get an assist for this one, but from his backside, kicks it out to Candela, over to Leo Baima with the left. 3-0 at the half. And it would stand. All 3 goals were by players scoring their first goal of the season. The Kickers are +6 differential at home in the win. And now this from the USL.
10 years in the making, a dream start for City.
Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser.
And it's into the back of the net. El Paso.
Far corner and it's in. What a goal. Are you watching Football Americas?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'm on a routine.
News and notes from USL League One. Northern Colorado will have the 23rd venue used in USL League One, June 8th. Northern Colorado opens at Jackson Stadium. The Hailstorm playing a home match in USL League One. Garrett McLaughlin, a brace for North Carolina in the victory over Richmond. He's the player of the week. 9 call-ups for League One. International duties for the Nations League and Africa Cup. And here is the USL League One team of the week. There you get a look at McLaughlin and Luca Mastrantonio, the only player of either of our Tucsons tonight. Forward Madison FC Tucson on the USL League One team of the week. USL League One scoreboard. How about Charlotte Independence? Shutout against Greenville. Came into the night tied for the USL League One lead in goals. Nothing doing. Greenville now tied atop the table. Richmond and Tormenta, a 2-2 draw. Tormenta, 9 goals this season, all away from South Georgia. Try and explain that. Union Omaha, 66th minute, 1-0 over Chattanooga. And then midweek, it was Richmond beating up on Chattanooga 3-0. Wednesday, Northern Colorado Hailstorm. We just mentioned them. The newcomers to the league, one of the newcomers to the league. They debut at home Saturday. And they have North Carolina, Northern Colorado, who made a run in the U.S. Open Cup. They have already turned some heads with some special victories in this 2022 campaign. They'll have North Carolina come in, quite a test. Northern Colorado finally, some home cooking on the way. They have racked up the miles. That is for certain. Again, that's Wednesday. Richmond Kickers, Charlotte Independence, Saturday. Forward Madison and Greenville. Forward Madison trying to beat Greenville for the first time ever Saturday. And then Northern Colorado Tormenta, FC Tucson, Union Omaha, Fuego, and Chattanooga. We'll come back second half. Forward Madison, FC Tucson, USL League One, ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there everyday land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Forward Madison, FC Tucson, even 1-1, just coffee cooperative halftime. And let's head to highlights from the opening 45. How did we get here? Well, look at the pictures, won't you? It was Forward Madison. They got things rolling. Nazim Bartman. Look at this blast. One touch, bam! Upper left, off the crossbar. Could not hit it any more perfectly than that. And there is your leader in the clubhouse for the USL League One goal of the week, and I think Nazim Bartman knows it. Here is your example for not USL League One defensive performance of the week. Somehow, that corner from Louis Perez finds the foot of Charlie Matchell through 3 to 4 different Forward Madison defenders, 1-1. That was in the 42nd minute. That's where we stand. 53-47 possession for Forward Madison. 7 shots, but only 1 on goal for Forward Madison. These halftime stats brought to you by Rhyme. Wes Coet, our referee, says game on here in the second half. And both sides will feel like they have the ability to grab all 3 points. Forward Madison was certainly the more assertive attacking side in the first half. But FC Tucson took advantage of its seldom opportunities. And we have an early foul. 4 yellows in the first 45. FC Tucson with 3 of them. Tyler Allen, Burke Falling, Tyler Moss, all on the right side of this 4-3-3 for John Perlman, collecting yellow cards. Let's see if that comes into play here in the second half. FC Tucson, the most reds in USL League One, with a trio of them heading into tonight, including Shaw, who is typically in the 11, suspended because of a red, and he was shown last week in the win at Tormenta. Cyrus Rad on to Mikey Maldonado. Maldonado flanked by 3 defenders, able to push it at the border of the attacking third into the middle. Wheeler, Omiunu. Forward Madison tries to pay patiently here at the onset of the half. FC Tucson no stranger to being on the wrong end of possession. As we documented in the opening period, they lost the possession battle 69-31 at Tormenta, still victorious 1-0 7 days ago. This cross sails. Moss simply deposits it into the seats and concedes a corner. Moss wasn't comfortable, wasn't quite sure what was behind him. Didn't realize he had as much room and time as he did. Short corner here for Forward Madison. Cassini swipes it into the middle. Wheeler Omiunu. And a Drew Connor. Dangerous ball in, and another corner conceded by Moss. Moss, though, holding his ground, finding the ball, doing his job, which is ultimately keep it out of the back of the net. But a set piece here for Forward Madison. Cassini once again in a position to collect it short, or will Maldonado swing it in this time? And it looks like it'll be the latter. Arm up, corner delivered, back post. A wind-up shot from distance blocked away as Gebhardt tried to sidewind it. It'll be a throw-in. Derek Gebhardt, 7th start this season. That's launched out of play. Able to meander to where the referee, Wes Coet, wanted him to throw it in. Still kept in the attack at half by Forward Madison. This looks very similar to the first 45. There's Drew Connor. Turns. Flanked. How did he escape that? A Houdini act for Drew Connor, the former Wisconsin Badger. Ken Levicka with you at Breeze Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. As the USL League One season continues, Greenville with a 2-0 victory. Now even top of the table in real time. That's chested down, onside, goal! Forward Madison grabs the lead right back, not even 5 minutes in to the second half. Chopped home by Abdu Mbaketiem. 2-1 Forward Madison. FC Tucson caught flat-footed defensively. And the ball over the top did the damage. Nazim Bartman with the assist, Mbaketiem with the finish. Nazim Bartman is having a night. A world-class goal, a hustle assist, and Mbaketiem able to nestle it into the back of the net. For Abdu Mbaketiem, that is his first goal of the season, the former UConn man. A 2-1 lead for Forward Madison. That Abdu Mbaketiem goal presented by Dairyland. Forward Madison will try and milk that goal the rest of the way. Franco Perez has FC Tucson's 4th yellow tonight. Dairyland yellow to Franco Perez, the FC Tucson forward, as he came from behind Cassini and chopped his heel. FC Tucson was able to bring things level right before we went into the dressing room, but Forward Madison grabs the advantage right back. And when you keep pushing, you keep asking questions, typically good things are going to happen, and Forward Madison, to this point, showing just that. Came into tonight's match 81% accuracy on its passes cumulatively. That was first in USL League One, and another great example of the connection that they have with one another. And Franco Perez is being warned, already sitting on a yellow. Hey, one more incident like this, as Andrew Wheeler-Omeunu made contact with the body of Perez. And the referee, Wes Couette, says one more, and your night is done and your squad's down to 10. See it, John Perlman's gonna start rolling some substitutions in here. That goal obviously changes the complexion of this match and some of those potential substitution patterns. Gephardt on the chase. He'll get there in the corner. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Now it rolls out. Kroll finally able to shield Gephardt from the ball and earn a goal kick. Looks like Daniel Bedoya is on the verge of coming on for FC Tucson. Franco Perez, who has gotten reckless and is in danger here from a card perspective. Looks like he is going to be, Bedoya is going to take off. Here is the aforementioned Perez. Earns a throw in, and now earns himself a trip to the bench, and he's not happy with it as he looks to the sky in disappointment. And there's Daniel Bedoya.
Substitution is being made for FC Tucson in the 54th minute.
Festival food substitution, and FC Tucson with the first call to the bench tonight. Daniel Bedoya taking off Franco Perez. Well, this is the second time this season that Forward Madison has held a second half advantage over FC Tucson. Were unable to hang on for the 3 points in the desert April 16th. Can they get 3 points on their home turf here in early June? There's still a lot to be told about this match. Bartman gets things moving. Now Cassini sprays it to the far side. There's a cross to the middle. It was headed down. Maldonado sent it wide of the mark, just a bit late on the run. Forward Madison still applying pressure, trying to finish this off. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. All your soccer needs on ESPN Plus. Moss to the middle. Brought down! Desperate defending. It was Mitch Osmond able to slide down and deny the attempt. It looked promising for Bedoya. There's Leonard who was involved in that as well. Ooh, that was dangerous. That was clunky. Mbake Team went in really late. Healy's clutching at his ankle, but that was not a very smooth, very fluid soccer move from Abdou Mbake Team. Actually, looks like he might have gotten sideswiped, and then he took out the knees of Gio Calixtro. That's well done by Wes Coet, the referee. Not to get lost in that contact and show a card. That was certainly not Abdou Mbake Team's fault on second glance. But a set piece. It's delivered to the middle. Louis Perez looking for a second assist. Got headed away from the danger area, and it's launched into the defensive half for FC Tucson, where Tyler Allen has to retrieve. The left touch line, FC Tucson trying to establish itself a bit on the ball, but Gephardt, strong, wins it back. FC Tucson growing to the second half, down 2-1. Tyler Moss. Now Allen. The intent was nifty. The execution not quite there. And now Cassini on the move. Cassini back heel holds up play. Rolls it to the middle. That was off target. Oh, a bit dangerous. Mbake Team nearly had that fed right to him. FC Tucson came out of it unscathed. Long ball ahead. Louis Perez. Allen, heavy touch. Again, right idea for Allen. But Eric Leonard, a savvy veteran, able to read that immediately. Getting late and suddenly scuffling Chattanooga, down 1-0 to Union Omaha. 86th minute at home is Chattanooga in that one. Union Omaha, meanwhile, still glowing as it prepares for a quarterfinal U.S. Open Cup showdown with Sporting Kansas City. I was on the call of Union Omaha's upset over Minnesota United, and I will tell you that that is a Union Omaha side that believes Cassini, full head of steam. Cassini stays on possession. And then he gets tripped up by Luis Perez. How active has Matias Cassini been tonight? He has really been the engine for forward Madison. We tick into the hour mark here from Breeze Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. Ken Levicka with you. Forward Madison with goals from Nazim Bartman and Abdou Mbaki in first and second half respectively. 42nd minute and make it 30th minute and 50th minute respectively for both men. There's a bad giveaway here. Can FC Tucson make forward Madison pay? The answer is no. Cyrus Rad able to win the ball back. And it's muscled into the defensive half. Marancio using his footwork there, now directing traffic from the back. Luis Perez, 3 assists on the year, including 1 tonight. Over to Allen. Contact. The referee says play on. Bartman in the 30th from the edge of the area. Just cocked back his right foot after 1 touch and blew it right by Carlos Marancio. Then in the 50th minute, it was Abdou Mbaki after a long ball was launched from midfield. It was chested down by Bartman right onto the right foot of Mbaki, who finished past Marancio. FC Tucson's goal came in the 42nd minute off of a Luis Perez corner. Charlie Matchell with the tap in after a defensive catastrophe from forward Madison. Matchell scoring on the back post before Madison would come back. And they have been real strong out of the dressing room, including Mbaki earning another corner for his side. See a collection of FC Tucson players getting loose on that end line. There's Mikey Maldonado. Maldonado sees that, distributed away. Fight for it, poked away, FC Tucson. Wants to get out on the move, grabbing and clutching. Advantage given, and now you can see it coming. A yellow is shown. Drew Connor got away with it the first time because of advantage. The second time he made additional contact, and that's when the card came out.
To number 8, Drew Connor. In the 63rd minute.
Joins his teammate Mitch Osmond in the book. Well, if you're forward Madison, you have had the brighter performance tonight, but based on how the season's gone, you can't take anything for granted. When you only have 1 victory to show in 8 matches, and you've had a plethora of late leads disappear, this is the test. Can you exercise some of your early season demons? And that'll be the question for Matt Glazer's side. Replacing Carl Craig, who was dismissed November 4th at the conclusion of last season. Forward Madison was alive late in the year for postseason hopes. Just could not pick up critical victories at key points in the season. In fact, late in the year, last year. Able to pull off a draw 2-2 at FC Tucson in a result that many believe might keep FC Tucson out of the playoffs. And FC Tucson found its way in, beat Richmond on a late goal 1-0 in the quarterfinals, and then were finally disposed of. The Cinderella run concluded in Omaha. As Union Omaha went on to a rout victory and took down Greenville in the championship. Wheeler Omiunu, I should say, is shown yellow. So the Harvard alum is the third Mingo in the book tonight. Can't watch the match? All you have to do is turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Mbake Tiem was down for a moment. Looks like Derry Korf is coming on for FC Tucson, trying to provide some scoring punch. We're also seeing an appearance from Yuki Shibata.
Substitution for FC Tucson. Derek Kobe enters the pitch, replacing Gio
Calixtro will head to the bench. So here's Derry Korf. And Shibata jogs on. John Perlman searching for that equalizer. Burke Falling will head to John Perlman's side along the touchline. So 2 more Festival Foods substitutions for FC Tucson. They try to get a right to work. There's Shibata wrestling for possession, unable to win it. Shibata very crafty, quick. And he'll try and grow into this FC Tucson attack. There has not been much of an attack from FC Tucson in the match, especially in the second half. Still hasn't kept FC Tucson from getting on the board. Forward Madison, though, trying to find one that would put this away. Hartman on the run. It's headed out of the 6-yard box. The forward Madison is still lurking. Cassini on the turn. Floats it into the area. Headed up into the air. Mbake Tiem, ambitious attempt. And then he made contact. The referee comes over, and Mbake Tiem's going to get a card. I don't think there was much intent there. I think Mbake Tiem simply swung his left leg around, trying to get the laces on that ball. Unless there was some contact up high that we didn't see initially. Forward Madison has suddenly started to gobble up yellows. 3 in the last 10 minutes. Mbake Tiem came around. Oh yeah, there was the elbow as he tried to make a second play on the ball, and he caught Shibata. Did not see that. That is a rightful yellow to Abdou Mbake Tiem, who, as it stands now, has the game-winning goal. It came in the 50th minute. And now the bench has been carded. The fans aren't happy, as you can see. So the yellow to forward Madison's bench, and so that will be Matt Glazer who accrues that card. Forward Madison, the last thing they want to do is become a bit unraveled, be frustrated. They have been in command. They have been in control. Don't lose the poise. It has allowed you to take a lead, lose a lead, fight through that adversity, and regain the lead. Have a stranglehold of this match through wide swaths. "71 minutes in, 2-1 Forward Madison." Derry Korf. FC Tucson veteran. Bedoya tried to push it onto him. Korf gets bailed out as he's upended and fouled. And Drew Connor was not happy with the call. He's already on a yellow. He cannot be as vigorous in his protest as he's been. He does not want to get run up and sent to the dressing room. A foul in the area. There's a shot that was launched wide. There was already contact and play had been blown dead. Derry Korf, he's no stranger to the dramatic goal. Korf's shot was blocked down, came right back to him. And Eric Leonard, how about that? Even though it would not have counted, a foul had already been called. Eric Leonard played that off the line and went skyward to head it. Because it was on a trajectory to the back of the net. Pretty nifty there from Leonard. Maybe he just wants to accrue that tape for his own personal use. Well, FC Tucson had an opportunity there for Yuki Shibata, but Taylor Bailey able to come out and force Shibata into some discomfort, and Bailey with the save. That was well done by the man who is making his Forward Madison debut, and that is his first save of the night. It comes in the 73rd minute, and it was well done. Cannot argue with that if you're Matt Glazer. Goalkeeping, absolutely Matt Glazer's forte. He'll be happy with that. From the man on loan from Oakland Roots. Glazer is content right now with the 11 on the pitch. They've brought him to this point with a 2-1 victory. Who's going to still be on to potentially see it through 90? Cassini. And there's the foul. Protests abound. Quick restart. Is this three? Maldonado's denied. Well, FC Tucson was arguing with the referee. Maldonado nearly planted it, and Morancio saves the day and keeps FC Tucson alive. Morancio saying, don't worry about the referee. Let's worry about getting the defense set. Because it nearly cost FC Tucson any chance at drawing a point from this match. Maldonado will try and recover from that point-blank save. Sends this to the edge of the area. Bartman knuckles this up into the air, and it's gone. Well, the corner off the training pitch. Bartman was a bit off balance, and the turf is too slick for him to catch good foot on that. Oh, look at Korf working hard. Wins the ball, and then is taken down and fouled. That's well done from Derry Korf. That's leadership right there. Veteran trying to fight for that ball. Quick restart set piece. Mastrantonio off to Moss. Lost a bit of a heavy touch, able to grab the ball and hold it under control. Allen, this forward Madison able to put together shape defensively. 75th minute, 2-1 to the host side. Forward Madison trying to pick up its first home victory of 2022. And only its second total victory of the season. Bedoya pushes it on to Korf. Korf tried to split defenders, didn't work. FC Tucson will try and work it into more space. While forward Madison sending numbers back. This is a good ball on to Allen. Allen has backside runner instead. It's worked to the left for Korf. Korf, right foot, Korf! And there's Bailey, able to extend to his right, avoid giving up a rebound. And once again, forward Madison weathers the storm, but that distribution is picked off. That shot's blocked away. Forward Madison having the back of the keeper after a mistake. Korf here tried to pick out the far post. Not as accurate as he would have liked. And here are the first substitutions for forward Madison. Suko and String. Jeremiah String, who scored last week at Fuego for forward Madison. Justin Suko.
Substitution for forward Madison in the 77th minute. Entering the pitch, Jeremiah String, replacing number 7.
Baki Tiem is replaced by String.
Also in the 77th minute. Entering the pitch, Justin Suko, number 19. Replacing number 17, Derek Gephardt.
Derek Gephardt gives way for Suko. String will take off Mbake Tiem, in fact has done so. And play resumes with a free kick. Festival food subs for forward Madison for the first time tonight. FC Tucson pushing to draw things level just outside of 10 minutes remaining. Headed away from the edge of the 6-yard box. Tyler Allen awaits the ball to roll to his feet. Heads to his right. Able to race to grab that ball is Kalen Fox, but it's worked out of play for a goal kick. Taylor Bailey saying, all right, let's take our time. As forward Madison tries to bleed some clock here with the 2-1 lead. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. That's uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. Terry Korf rolls it just wide. Bailey had to think about it, and it slid by him. And the referee is awarded a corner. It took a touch. There you see the pride armband on Mitch Osmond. The pride warm-ups, by the way, for forward Madison, they're wonderful. This corner, high into the air, headed high into this precipitation-filled night sky in Madison. And that's punched into the midfield. FC Tucson once again trying to ask some questions. Fox delivers. That's footed down and Cassini on it. Familiar situation for forward Madison. Last week had a late lead, settled for a draw. April 16th at Tucson, late lead, settled for a draw. Can they avoid settling for a draw tonight? Luis Perez, unhappy. Really nice crowd on this Saturday evening in Madison per usual. And a free kick coming. As Maldonado is ridden to the ground. Union Omaha has finished off Chattanooga 1-0. Chattanooga Red Wolves fighting it a bit here as of late. That is now 3 straight losses and winless in their last 4. And that is into the side netting and then rolls to the back of the net. Bartman on the far post flying in with the run. That free kick was always drifting. So Jimmy Obleda's Chattanooga side is going to have to find itself after its most convincing win of the season. Chattanooga 4-1 over Northern Colorado May 7th, and at the conclusion of that there was pushing, shoving, words exchanged. Jimmy Obleda firing up the home crowd. Red Wolves with a draw against Fuego, and then losses to Greenville, Richmond, and Union Omaha tonight. Murillo is making an appearance for forward Madison. Cesar Murillo. Elijah Winder is about to see his way on for FC Tucson. Here's Derry Korf trying to move his way towards the area, has that punched away. Strang making a run up the middle, but tripped up from behind is Wheeler Omayunu, and a card. Daniel Bedoya. Wheeler Omayunu is still on the ground currently. As Bedoya continues to plead a case that he is going to lose. There's Winder, as we mentioned, not only preparing to come on, but now he is coming on. Tyler Moss is done for the night in the 84th minute. Festival food substitution for FC Tucson. Korf, Bedoya, Shabata, Winder have all substituted on in this second half for FC Tucson. It's been String, Suko, and Murillo for forward Madison. Swiping it back heel was Matchell. So forward Madison able to keep it in the attacking half. Maldonado sprayed it to the top of the area. Cassini did not get a good foot on that. And it simply leaks out of Morancio. Derry Korf clutching at his lower back. A foul against Leonard. FC Tucson trying to get to the ball quickly. Luis Perez looking for the okay on the free kick. Perez with his left foot. No problems there for Connor. But Cassini a bit sloppy in the back. Able to get some help, however, as Cyrus Rad punches it into the air. There's a foul. Bedoya once again pleading a case. Once again, we'll lose that argument. Greenville 2, Charlotte Independence 0. That's the final. Meanwhile, Richmond Kickers in Tormenta, a 2-2 draw. Maldonado hit the ground. Extracurriculars here. Maldonado's clutching at his face. The referee trying to sort things out. Look at Marancio come over and start jawing. Him and Drew Connor. Marancio's trying to get at Connor. Osmond's trying to hold him back. Now Marancio is asking Osmond, do you want some of this? Tension's boiling over now. Osmond and Marancio. They're in each other's faces. FC Tucson players objected to Drew Connor coming over after Maldonado hit the deck. FC Tucson players claiming that there was a ton of embellishment. Luis Perez has registered a yellow. Yeah, there's nothing there. Maldonado, when he looks back at that, he's going to say, that's not my finest moment. Luis Perez is simply standing there. Maldonado is searching for contact. Didn't even get hit in the face. And then hit the turf, grabbing at his face. He did draw the yellow against Luis Perez, so I suppose job done. Succeeded in what the original plan was, but again, that's not a great look. Getting late here for FC Tucson. If they're going to draw a point in the USL League One standings, it's got to happen, and it's got to happen quickly. Bedoya trying to touch it on. There was no white shirts around. Marancio. Blast this into the midfield. One back by forward Madison. They have numbers if they want them. Played through. And the flag is up. Suko was offside, had to come back for that ball. Quick restart here for FC Tucson. Kroll. Bedoya. Allen. Well, that was a bit awkward there for Bedoya as he nearly fell off his own 2 feet. Like he got a cleat stuck in the turf. FC Tucson able to keep possession, but unable to really push forward with anything. Everybody is back for forward Madison. Trying to finish the job they couldn't do 7 nights ago. Trying to finish the job they couldn't do April 16th in Tucson. Can they hang on to the 1-goal advantage and pick up victory number 2 on the season? This is grabbed by Bailey. That was sensational. He wasn't quite sure where he was, wasn't quite sure who was around him.
Tonight's final attendance is 2,570.
That was two-handed, right along the line grab, something befitting of what you might see at Camp Randall Stadium. Attendance tonight, 2,570. Just another large crowd here in Madison. 5 minutes of added time. Just Coffee Cooperative added time. 90 plus 5 at the very least. FC Tucson try and push and probe and pressure. Forward Madison will try to finally see this through. Korf, always dangerous. Bailey punches it away. Then contact, the ball rolls out of play. And a throw in to FC Tucson. They've got a foul and a free kick. Christian Enriquez. Drew Connor has been extremely strong tonight for forward Madison, and he'll get a nice ovation, the Madison man, after Christian Enriquez races onto this pitch.
Forward Madison substitution. Entering the pitch, number 13, Christian Enriquez. Replacing number 8.
Festival Food sub. Forward Madison, Enriquez is on. Connor is off. And here's the free kick to the middle. And it's Eric Leonard flying in to blast that away. Foul called regardless. Bailey tells everybody to retreat. Taylor Bailey is in line for the victory in goal in his debut for forward Madison. Phil Brino not available for selection tonight because of a family situation. Taylor Bailey has been equal to the task. Guess who? Leonard winning the ball back for his side. Murillo a bit haphazardly lets FC Tucson back on the ball. Maldonado denies that. The chase is on. FC Tucson wins it again. Forward Madison trying not to get spread thin. Oh, we are going to have a massive protest here. Luis Perez called for a foul. He thought he had earned a free kick. And as he stepped to the side of where the set piece was going to come from, he was informed that no, that was an infraction that you committed. Under 90 seconds away from home victory number 1 on the season for forward Madison, and only the 4th win for the franchise in 15 tries, their last 15 tries. FC Tucson pushing the white shirts forward once again. Bedoya. Nice delivery to the outside. That's blocked away. Opportunistic defending again from forward Madison. Mitch Osmond, like a wall, sent that across the touchline. Here's Korf. And Bailey, one hop, no issues. Nestles it tightly into his chest as the final seconds tick down. That might have been the final chance for FC Tucson. You can hear the celebration beginning here at Bree Stevens Field. Bailey sends this to the heavens. Referee looks at his watch. That's simply rolled out of play. There's the final whistle. And for 2,500 plus in Madison, finally they're able to see a victory on home turf. The game winner in the 50th minute. And Forward Madison picks up a 2-1 triumph over FC Tucson. Forward Madison, its fourth victory in the last 15. And Forward Madison able to leave the bottom of the USL League One table. Matt Glazer able to soak in while soaked his first home victory as the head coach of Forward Madison, and he can thank Abdou Mbake Tiem, who grabs the game winner in the 50th, and that man, Nazim Bartman, got the goal scoring started at the half-hour mark with an absolute rocket. The Mbake Tiem goal was assisted by Bartman, and so Nazim Bartman with the spectacular tally, the assist then in the second half. He is the Festival Foods man of the match. Nazim Bartman also responsible for our play of the match. And here is Bartman chesting it down off a long ball, and the Dairyland play of the match is Nazim Bartman on the run, picking out Abdou Mbake Tiem. That was the game winner in minute number 50. And Forward Madison able to hang on for the 2-1 victory. Taylor Bailey on loan season long from Oakland Roots, his debut in goal. He gets the win. A lot to celebrate tonight for Forward Madison. Forward Madison 2, FC Tucson 1. And we continue with the postgame after this on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
Celebrating with the fans. It is well deserved for Forward Madison. 2-1, the victory. The Mingos get all three, and they move out of the basement in USL League One. Now here is the save of the match presented by Dairyland. Taylor Bailey in his Forward Madison debut, picking up the win. He comes up and he denies Yuki Shibata after Shibata had just come on as a substitute. That is the save of the match. There's Bailey as he'll come off And a happy Saturday for the hosts. Just Coffee Cooperative full-time highlights. Nazim Bartman, have a feeling you may see this next week on USL League One broadcast as the goal of the week. Bam, blast, liftoff. However you want to describe it, it was a rocket, a missile. What a hit. Nazim Bartman. That got the scoring started, 1-0 forward Madison. FC Tucson 12 minutes later off this corner. Not great defending there from forward Madison. Charlie Matchell stayed with it. He beat Abdou Mbake Tiem on the far post, and it was 1-1 going into the dressing room. But Mbake Tiem, he would atone for the defensive mistake. Bartman feeds him, and a nice, calm finish as he bounces it by Carlos Marancio. Nice and calm, using the artificial surface. And he's able to plant it lower left. And that's the winner. 2-1 is the final. Forward Madison unleashes 14 shots, 4 on target. 2 leak their way past Marancio. FC Tucson, a 53 possession edge. Most of the final half of the second half, they were on the ball, but forward Madison stood strong, and there were really no true ultra-dangerous opportunities for the visitors. Your Week 10 scoreboard, here's how it looks. Chattanooga falls to Union Omaha 1-0. Greenville blanks Charlotte Independence 2-0. Richmond and Tormenta play to a 2-2 draw. Tormenta, they just score goals on the road. It's what they do. They get the point on the road. And, of course, midweek it was Richmond 3, Chattanooga Red Wolves 0. Your scoreboard presented by Dairyland. Here is the updated table. Greenville, Charlotte Independence, even at the top. Greenville, though, gets the edge with a +1 goal differential. North Carolina, Fuego, Richmond round out the top 5. Forward Madison jumps from 11th to 9th with the victory. And FC Tucson will take over that bottom spot from forward Madison with the loss on the road in the Wisconsin capital. Week 11, here's what we can expect. Northern Colorado opening up their venue. I'll have North Carolina midweek. And then Saturday, Richmond brings in Charlotte Independence. You like goals? That one's probably going to have goals. Forward Madison in Greenville. Forward Madison has never beaten Greenville. They'll look to do it and find a second straight victory. Northern Colorado and Tormenta on Saturday. FC Tucson, Union Omaha. That'll be Saturday late night on the East Coast. And then Fuego and Chattanooga. That one is going to be entertaining. That'll be the last match of Week 11. Well, forward Madison able to get on the move and pick up the victory. Bartman, what a spectacular goal. FC Tucson would find an equalizer, but this brings the victory. The home fans in Madison will celebrate that. From Mbake Tiem, thanks to Ryan Rose, the entire production staff, 2-1. Forward Madison wins. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League, League One, cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League, League One.